Hello, this is Lakshay. Welcome back to Coding Casually, and today's topic is what are the questions that are being asked from a person who's fresher in 2021 as a Python developer or someone who wants to pursue his or her career in Python. There are many of my friends who are asking me if we send a referral towards you, if it's not even about referrals, if a person who goes for an interview as a fresher taking Python as a prime language, what might be the questions that might be asked them about what his interests are in Python, or how he would be able to sustain in the job that he's looking for in a specific company. So I was able to accumulate 10 questions. These questions are basically from renowned companies. That these questions are being asked from the fresher who's looking to get into a job in 2021. So the first question is, what are lambda functions in Python? So lambda functions are basically, I'm sure that you should know about it, because these are the functions which don't have any name. However, these are short functions which you can use in order to get an output. Like in this, if I say that a is basically a reference point towards a function called lambda, it's accepting two parameters and it is giving me the answer to this. Suppose if I press run, you'll get 11. So these are the lambda functions, which are basically temporary functions which you can use for short returns. So suppose if you want to do something which you think that it's not worthy to create a function, and probably you would not use it again. It's just like it could be a simple mathematical calculation as well. So these are the lambda functions which are created on real-time basis, don't have specific reference or don't have specific objective. That is why they are lambda, which don't have any existence in descriptive wise, but we create it on a real-time basis. What are the built-in types available in Python? So most of the people, you should know about it. For specifically when it comes to freshers, lists, sets and dictionaries are something that you can change, but tuple, strings and numbers you would not be able to change because these are immutable. Explain the difference between list and a tuple. As I said to you, list is something that you can change, you can add things into it, you can remove things from it, but once you define a tuple, you can't change it. It's done. When I say change it, I don't mean that while you're coding you cannot change. While the program is on the run, you can't change it. That is something I'm trying to tell you. And the third question is what are the key features of Python? Why are you using Python? Why not C# or C or any other language? So the answer to this is very simple. That first of all, it has English like syntax, no doubt about it. Everything in Python is an object. It is dynamically typed, and it is interpreted. There is a compiler which changes your code, and then the machine reads it, and that is why there is a lag between. If you would start coding in VS Code, and you'll get to know there is a lag because your language gets converted into machine language and then it is being read. So these three are the key features, I would say, but this would actually create lag. But in this world, a little lag, 100% accuracy, we don't mind. Why is indentation mandatory in Python? It is. Without indentation, you would not be able to code in Python. Every code has an indent to it. Suppose what I'm trying to explain you here is like, suppose if you define a function called func, and if you would say this is the indent, this is the indent. Most of the IDEs would give you this, but if you're using Microsoft Word to code, I don't know why would you do that, but still, if you're using that, you would not be able to get this feature. But most of the IDEs like Jupyter Notebook or VS Code has it. And the next question is, do we have a functionality of break or continue, pass, and if yes, what are those functionality? So break, continue, pass is one of the important things. Pass is basically if you're defining something, if you don't have a route to it. Suppose if I say that if it is night, don't do anything. If it is day, do this. So you can write if today equals, if right now equals to night, pass, don't do anything, else do something. So this is how you can use pass. For break, that means suppose if you have written a loop which ranges from 1 to 10, and if you say that if 9 comes, I don't want to do things anymore, I've got my answer, you can just break over there, it'll start to do it. If you want to say, if you want to use continue, it means, suppose if there is a break that if there was a code break, or if you have found a situation where you want to continue even though things are not right, where and there we use continue. What is a dictionary in Python? Dictionary is one of the best things that Python has to offer. You should know about it. You have a key and you have a value in dictionary. It is very easy to declare it. Suppose this dict equals to, this is how you open a dictionary, and you write a will have a value of 1. So now if you would say this dict, main bracket open, main bracket close, and if I would write a, it will give me the answer 1. These are very important. You should of course know about dictionaries. Dictionaries can hold many values. It is not mandate that one key would only have one value. One key have many other values as well. One key can have many values. What are functions? As I told you, functions are very important. If you have anything that you think would come on in a repetition purposes, you can use functions and then go through that route and get the answer and go with the other programs that you have. Functions can be of two types, as I told you, one which returns something, the other one which doesn't return things. This is the second last question is, does Python have a switch and case statement like C or VBA or any other language in which you have switch and case? In Python we don't have this switch and case. However, if you are starting and if you want to play around, you can build a function which acts as a switch and case. This can be made, but it is not apparent in Python. That is not a built-in feature of Python. The last question, of course it should have been the first question, but however I'm keeping it the last. Is it case sensitive? Yes, it is case sensitive, and it is you should know about it. There is a difference between this and this. There is of course that difference, and you need to understand, and that can only be, so this, I understand this is a very basic thing, but you should practice it, because in languages like VBA it corrects itself, in Python it doesn't, so you should have a practice of it. If you think there are other questions that we should include, we can include in another video for this one. If you think that this has helped you, please like this video, share this video for people who will be appearing for the interview. If you think that we should include some practical questions, we can do that. Just comment below and we'll make another video on this. For the time being, please subscribe, and thank you for watching the video.